So let's go to...
You mean the not Napoleon photo?
Mm-hmm.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
She looks charming.
Ist das die Ludwig Museum?
Ja, ja. Ludwig der Zweite von Bayern.
Ich hätte gern eine Eintrittskarte fürs Museum.
Ja, 8 Mark für eine Ganztagskarte.
There you go.
I said Octomark! Octomark!
Danke.
Knock on bitte.
So once again, we are going to look at absolutely everything.
Yay!
She's beautiful.
That hair must be a bitch to clean.
I think there's a plaque we can look at under there.
Yep.
One of Ludwig's few close friends was Empress Elizabeth of Austria. She was a distant cousin of the boy Prince, and he saw her often growing up. Graceful and beautiful, Elizabeth seemed to represent the feminine ideal to the younger Ludwig. Their friendship continued after her marriage, mainly by correspondence. She remained a source of stability for Ludwig throughout his life. In keeping with Ludwig's love of romance and drama, he called her the Dove, and he to her was the Eagle.
But does the eagle fly at midnight?
The sly eagle sheathes its claws.
How does an eagle shave?
I said sheathe, not shave.
Because that'd be impressive, considering they don't have any hair.
They certainly make an incredible-looking couple. They certainly make an...
There, I think, yeah, you can read the correspondence above. Or... Yeah, there we go.
There we go, okay, I'll start the beginning.
July 3rd, 1863. Elizabeth, you can have no idea, dear cousin, how happy you made me. The hours recently passed with you in the railway carriage I consider among the happiest in my life. Never will their memory fade. You gave me permission to visit you at Ischl. If the time comes for this ardent hope to be fulfilled, I shall be of all men upon earth the most blessed. The feelings of sincere love and reverence and faithful attachment to you, which I cherished in my heart even as a boy, makes me imagine heaven upon earth and will be extinguished by death alone. I beg you with all my heart to forgive the contents of this letter, but I could not help myself. Ludwig.
I'd be more disgusted, but the Habsburgs existed.
Elizabeth frequently gave Ludwig advice on royal conduct, hoping to protect him from unfavorable public opinion. March 1st, 1865.
1865?
Eagle, you have not written me in a few months. I have missed you. I often try to imagine what you are doing. I hear tales that you have been on retreat and have not been seen in Munich for some time. I suspect it is this new friend you wrote up so mysteriously that takes you away from home. I hope you are enjoying yourself, my beloved, but I beg you to caution. The people need to see you at the throne. I also hesitate to suggest that what your officials do in your absence may not always be in your own best interest. You have always been a true king, but you must let the people see you to ensure that they don't forget that. E. Your dove.
And that is that is actually true. Like, him getting arrested and taken off the throne, Bavaria's alliance with Prussia, was very much people under Ludwig plotting without his knowledge.
See, the eagle should have been shaving at midnight.
Ludwig's friends were concerned for his mental state long before his arrest. June 14th, 1878. My beloved Eagle, in your last letter you spoke so movingly of your torment that I was moved to tears. What is this torment? Why won't you confess to me what is truly troubling you? You must know that I would never despise you, no matter how horrible you believe your sins to be. Please do not write such barbs to my heart by even suggesting such things. If you do not wish to confess to me, at least tell me how I can aid you. I am always your true one, your dove.
Also weird she calls him an eagle when he associated himself with a swan.
Mm-hmm.
In this letter, dated November 1886, Elizabeth of Austria thanks Bishop Frank for his assistance in helping her fulfill Ludwig's last wishes. She writes that she knows it was an unusual request, but she believes Ludwig had reasons of his own for wishing it to be done. She hopes that his spirit finds peace at last. No further reference to this letter has ever been found. One can only speculate what the last wishes of a cornered and embattled Ludwig might have been.
What were his last wishes? This place is giving me more questions than answers.
I mean, that's kind of what happens.
Alrighty. There's, more stuff to look at in the back as well.
Ludwig is Prince Charming. He played the part well.
Also, it looks like he's not wearing pants.
It was those very pale pants. You saw them a lot in German nobility at that time.
Yeah, but just by the way it's colored, it looks like he's not wearing pants.
Yep.
Ludwig is Grand Master of the Knights of St. George. The Knights of St. George was an aristocratic society dedicated to the acts
and
of
the dragon?
chivalry. Ludwig
I was about to say, that's what Gabriel's powered by.
Before his increasing reclusiveness drove him to abandon public appearances.
He looks so regal. Why would he give up all of this pageantry and become a recluse?
Have you been in the spotlight?
Ludwig's Grand Master wardrobe from the Knights of St. George. Looks like it weighs a ton.
Yeah.
Ludwig and Wagner. Ludwig loved the opera of his contemporary Richard Wagner. He helped support Wagner's music through much of his life. Ludwig considered Wagner a close friend, often calling him the Great Friend. Wagner encouraged this infatuation, some believe, for personal gain.
Gee, I can't imagine why. Yep, typical artist.
Dude's gotta eat.
Even after Wagner's
doesn't want to be a
death,
starving artist.
Ludwig still showed signs of obsession with the composer. This letter, written in 1882 by Ludwig to the conductor of the Munich Opera, instructs the conductor to make preparations for a new Wagner opera. The conductor went to see the king as instructed. When he arrived, Ludwig was ill and refused to see him. Nothing further was ever heard of this mysterious new opera. Was it a figment of an ill man's desperate wishes?
I'm sure that's not important.
Nah.
Ludwig is offered a crown of laurels by the genius of immortal fame. Ludwig is offered a
Crown of Laurels? Are we playing Tunic again?
Maybe.
26 July 1874. By the power of the lily, we shall have the strength to resist all temptations throughout the whole year.
I will only eat one cupcake, not two.
But yeah, this is emblematic of things he genuinely wrote in his journals.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're naturally just in German, because how many English people show up here?
26 July 1875.
There's that number
Solemn
again.
oath before the picture of the great king. Refrain for 3 months from all excitement. This oath has its binding power as well as its potency by de par le Roy, LNR, DPLR.
What excitement. I need to see more of that diary.
Good luck. Alright, look.
See here. Is there another billboard you can click to the left? To the right of the... Yeah, there.
What? Where I did that? Oh.
Signets and sash pins from the Order of the Knights of St. George. These were worn on Ludwig's uniform, as befitted his rank of Grand Master. They are now the property of the Bavarian Crown Treasury.
Aha.
I wonder if these pins have any symbolic meaning.
They're pretty.
Probably. And is there something above that?
We looked at this.
Okay.
I think we looked at everything in this area.
Okay. I think there's another... Yeah.
Here we go.
June 7th, 1886. A group of men arrive at Neuschwanstein Castle demanding to take the king in custody. With them is Dr. Guden, the doctor who had been in charge of Otto, the king's mentally ill brother. The men have an order for the king's arrest on the grounds of insanity. They are refused admittance by a brave group of farmers and local soldiers who have come to Ludwig's aid. They are forced to retreat to nearby Hohenschwangau. This is the first Ludwig hears of the conspiracy.
Ludwig composes a pamphlet explaining the subversive acts of the conspirators and eloquently pleading with his people for aid. The pamphlet is smuggled out of Neuschwanstein and printed, but the pamphlets are seized before they can be distributed. June 12, 1886. Ludwig knows the conspirators will return. He despairs. He asks his servant for the keys to the tower. The servant, fearing the king intends suicide, says the key is lost. Unbeknownst to Ludwig, the conspirators arrive at the castle. This time, there is no one to stop them. Ludwig is lured from his bedroom to the entry hall of Neuschwanstein on pretense. There, he is taken into custody. Ludwig is taken by carriage from Neuschwanstein to Berg, where his brother Otto had long been imprisoned. This is a great blow to the king's state of mind. While on the way, the group stops at Seeshaupt to change horses. Ludwig asks to see the postmistress, Frau Vogel. She brings him a glass of water and he says something to her. She never reveals these last words to anyone.
June 13th, 1886. At Berg, Ludwig seems cooperative and coherent. Dr. Guden writes to the government that he has Ludwig well under control. The two men go out for a walk, and Dr. Guden is so confident he dismisses the guards.
When Ludwig and the doctor do not return after several hours, a search is undertaken. The bodies of the two men are found in the lake, drowned. Circumstances unknown.
Huh.
June 18th, 1886. Ludwig's funeral procession marches through the streets of Munich, followed by enormous crowds of mourners. The service is held at a packed St. Michael's church. Lightning strikes the church during the service, but no one is harmed.
Ludwig's body is entombed in the Wittelsbach crypt at St. Michael's. His heart is placed in an urn in the pilgrimage chapel at Altading in the Wittelsbach tradition. The urn is shown to the right. His heart is in an urn. How bizarre.
I mean...
How bizarre! How bizarre!
I was gonna say, the Egyptians, put their organs in different jars.
I have no idea what that says. Looks old, though. I have no idea what...
Yeah, it looks old, alright. I mean, to be fair, it's a museum. Everything in here is old.
Yep. It belongs in a museum!
Oh my god. That's the sleigh for my dream. Maybe Mrs. Smith will know what my dream meant. I have to ask someone. This thing is getting too weird. The midnight sleigh rides. Ludwig went on long sleigh rides in the middle of the night, particularly in his later years. It is said that he suffered from insomnia, headaches, and toothaches, and the rides soothed his restlessness.
Insomnia, you say?
The sight of the king's grand sleigh speeding through the
Toothaches.
countryside of the Alps often startled the peasants and became a superstitious omen of ill fortune. I can see why. But what was he doing out there at night?
Interesting. So the sleigh was an ill omen.
Ludwig's death mask. Wow.
Let's I think that's everything we can look at, but he seemed to have a fondness for Wagner. Does she know?
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
What do you want?
Im Museum ist einen Brief von Ludwig über eine neue Wagner-Oper.
Ja, ja. Ich kenne diesen Brief.
Wo kann ich mehr von dieser Wagner-Oper sehen?
Ja, ich weiß nichts über Wagner. Das hier ist kein Wagner-Museum.
Ja, ich weiß.
In Bayreuth befindet sich ein
Subtitles
Wagner-Museum.
would be nice here.
Versuchen Sie es halt doch, ne?
She basically said this isn't a Wagner museum, and then she's like, "There's one over there."
Okay.
So yes, we have a new location to go to. You may see up in
Yep.
Bayreuth.
Yep.